Every morning at 5 a.m., I step outside into my garden in Kyoto. The air is cool, the cicadas are still quiet, and under the plum tree, yes, the same tree my father planted when I was a child, I begin my breathing exercises. I am 87 this year. My hands are a little slower, and I cannot lift heavy things like I used to. But I still walk without a cane. I still cook my own meals, and I still sleep through the night peacefully. Many of my friends, good, strong men, are now in wheelchairs. Some struggle just to stand. Do you know what makes the difference? It's not just exercise, it's what we eat before bed. There is one fruit I've eaten almost every night for the past 20 years, a small, sour plum called ume. This one habit may be the reason my muscles have not disappeared like theirs. A Japanese study in the Journal of Clinical Biochemistry and Nutrition found that adults over 65 who regularly consumed ume showed significantly less muscle loss than those who didn't. Before we begin, I'd love to know, where are you watching this from, and what time is it for you right now? Please let me know in the comments below. I truly look forward to reading them. And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss what's coming next. Muscle loss after 60, why it begins quietly and grows quickly. I still remember the first time I noticed it. I was 68. I tried to lift a bag of rice, the same kind I had carried all my life, but my arms trembled. I thought I was just tired, but the next week I struggled to open a jar. Then walking upstairs made my legs feel like stone. Muscle doesn't disappear overnight. It leaves you quietly, bit by bit, day by day, until suddenly something simple, like standing up from a chair, feels like climbing a mountain. Doctors call it sarcopenia, a word that simply means vanishing flesh. It begins around age 60 and speeds up after 70. By the time most people notice it, they've already lost 15 to 30% of their muscle mass. And it doesn't just affect strength. It weakens the heart, slows metabolism, and increases the risk of falling. But do you know the worst part? It steals your independence. One of my closest friends, Hiroshi-san, used to hike the Kyoto hills with me every Sunday. But after his wife passed, he stopped cooking, ate less, slept poorly. Within 2 years, he needed a walker, and within 3, he could no longer walk without help. It wasn't age, it was muscle loss, and the small, daily choices that caused it. See, after 60, our bodies stop building muscle efficiently. Even if we eat protein, it's not absorbed the same way. Our digestion slows. The hormones that repair muscle, like growth hormone and testosterone, start to fade, especially at night. And nighttime is when it matters most. That's when your body is supposed to repair, rebuild, and regenerate. But if you go to bed without the right nutrients, or with too much sugar or alcohol, your body simply doesn't have the fuel it needs. You wake up feeling weaker, stiffer, more tired, and over time, this becomes your normal. In Japan, we talk about the concept of kaizen, small improvements made consistently, and that includes how we age. Muscle loss doesn't have to be accepted as fate. It can be slowed, even reversed. But we must begin with awareness, and with something as simple as what we eat before bed. The secret from Japan, ume, Japanese plum, and how it helps preserve muscle. Every evening after I finish my dinner, a simple bowl of miso soup, a bit of grilled fish, and rice. I sit by the window with one small, wrinkled plum on a dish. This is not just any plum. It is ume, the Japanese sour plum, often fermented or pickled into what we call umeboshi. It is salty, sour, and deeply comforting. Some people find it too strong, but to me, it tastes like memory, like home. I have eaten one yume almost every night for more than 2 decades. It's a tradition passed down from my mother. She would say, "This will keep your body strong, even while you sleep." I didn't understand what she meant until I got older and my friends began to weaken while I stayed steady. Years later, science caught up with my mother's wisdom. A Japanese study from Wakayama Medical University found that older adults who consumed yume regularly had lower levels of muscle inflammation and oxidative stress, 2 of the biggest culprits in age-related muscle loss. The study showed that polyphenols in yume help preserve muscle fibers and support better sleep. Yes, better sleep. You see, yume doesn't just help your muscles. It calms your digestive system, regulates blood sugar, and supports the release of human growth hormone, HGH, during deep sleep. This hormone is like a silent repairman. It rebuilds tissue, restores strength, and keeps your metabolism active. But it only works well if your body is calm and nourished before bed. One reason I love yume so much is how light it feels. It doesn't sit heavy in the stomach like bread or cheese. I often eat it with a few slices of pear or a spoonful of plain yogurt. It creates a feeling of ease, of quiet readiness for rest. I once shared this habit with my grandson when he visited. He laughed and said, "Oji-chan, you're still so strong because of a tiny plum." I told him, "Yes, 1 plum every night. Small things matter." And it's true. In Japan, we believe that chisana koto kara hajimeyu, start with small things. Not everyone likes ume. That's okay, but its effect on the body is real. It reduces acid buildup in the muscles. It supports digestion, and it creates an internal environment where healing can happen, even as you sleep. Many Western fruits, like sweet plums or prunes, are helpful too, but they often contain more sugar and less of the balancing minerals found in yume. That's why yume has a special place in Japanese elder care. It is both food and medicine. As the sky darkens and I take my evening walk around the garden, I feel the strength in my legs, not the kind of strength from lifting weights, the kind that lets you bend down to smell a flower, the kind that lets you rise from a chair without thinking. And every time, I quietly thank the little plum. 5 fruits Japanese elders eat before bed for muscle and sleep. 1. The humble guardian of strength. I speak of ume not just as food, but as a quiet protector. This small, wrinkled plum has been with me through all the seasons of life. When I was a child, my mother would press one into my rice bowl. As a young man, I would eat it after long days working in the fields. Now, as an old man, I still reach for it every night before bed. Ume is deeply sour, fermented and aged. It carries a taste that wakes up the mouth and warms the belly. But more than flavor, it carries healing. Japanese researchers have shown that the polyphenols in yume help reduce inflammation in aging muscles and protect against oxidative stress. It also supports liver function, calms the gut, and prevents the nighttime acid buildup that often keeps elders awake. I place it gently on a small ceramic dish, never rushed. Just one. And I eat it mindfully. This plum has kept my muscles from slipping away and my digestion from turning on me. Ume is not just food, it's a ritual of strength. 2. Kiwi, a green key to restful sleep. Kiwi, though not native to Japan, has found a home in many Japanese kitchens. Its bright green flesh, speckled with tiny seeds, offers more than just a refreshing bite. It brings peace to the night. Among fruits, kiwi is unique. It contains a high level of serotonin, a natural compound that helps regulate sleep cycles. One small study from Taiwan showed that people who ate 2 kiwis an hour before bed experienced longer and deeper sleep. That alone would be reason enough. But kiwi also contains vitamin C, which supports the immune system and reduces inflammation in aging joints and muscles. There's a retired calligraphy teacher I know. She's 83 now. Every night, she eats half a kiwi, brushes her hair 100 strokes, and recites 1 haiku before bed. "Kiwi brings me dreams," she says, with a gentle laugh. I believe her. When I feel restless or when the weather turns humid and sleep is harder to reach, kiwi is my choice. It is nature's lullaby. 3. Banana, the muscle's midnight companion. To many, banana seems too ordinary to be special. But in the hands of an elder who understands its timing, it becomes a quiet healer. Banana contains magnesium and potassium, 2 minerals that are essential for muscle relaxation and nerve balance. As we age, our body becomes more prone to cramps, tension, and poor recovery during sleep. A small portion of banana, eaten an hour before bed, can ease that tightness and help the body unwind. I remember a neighbor, Mr. Tanaka, who was 93 when he passed. Every night, after his evening bath, he would sit on his veranda with half a banana and warm barley tea. He said it softened the stiffness from his legs. I tried it once, and he was right. Since then, I've added banana to my evening rotation, especially after long walks. You don't need a full banana. Just half is enough. Simple, soft, gentle on the stomach, and quietly powerful. 4. Nashi, the silent water of the night. Nashi pear, with its round golden skin and crisp bite, is like the sound of autumn in your mouth. Unlike Western pears, nashi is not overly sweet. It is high in water and low in sugar, making it the perfect fruit to eat at night. Hydration is often forgotten in older age, but it is key to preserving muscle health and maintaining balance. Nashi offers a slow, clean form of hydration, without the sugar spike of other fruits. It also contains dietary fiber, which supports digestion and helps prevent the constipation that many elders quietly suffer from. When I was young, we would chill the nashi in the well before slicing it thin for summer evenings. My grandfather believed that nashi washed the body from inside. Now, when I feel the need to clear my system without stress, I return to it. Cool, quiet, hydrating. It is the fruit of gentle cleansing. 5. Fuji apple, the crisp bite of vitality. Fuji apples are a gift of modern Japanese agriculture. Large, sweet, and crunchy, they are beloved across generations. But few people realize how powerful they are for gut health and how that in turn protects muscles. Fuji apples are rich in pectin, a soluble fiber that feeds beneficial bacteria in the gut. A healthy gut means better absorption of nutrients, including the protein and minerals your muscles need to stay strong. Pectin also helps lower cholesterol and support a steady metabolism, 2 things that often decline after 65. I often slice a Fuji apple in the evening and share it with my neighbor, who is in her 80s and still tends her bonsai trees. We chew slowly, sometimes talking, sometimes silent. The crisp sound, the sweetness, the clean feeling, it is a simple joy. And it reminds me, even in old age, there are small things that still feel new. Why eating fruit at night works better than in the morning. In many Western countries, fruit is seen as a breakfast food, bright, fresh, and part of the morning routine. But in Japan, especially among the elderly, we often enjoy fruit after dinner, or even as a quiet bedtime habit. Why? Because our bodies change with age, and so must our timing. After the age of 60, the body becomes less efficient at repairing muscle, producing hormones, and digesting nutrients. But nature still gives us a window, a precious time during the night when healing is possible. That time is while we sleep. Sleep is not just rest, it's renewal. During deep sleep, your body produces human growth hormone, HGH, a natural chemical that rebuilds tissue, strengthens muscle, and supports metabolism. But here's the key. Your body can only do this if it's in a calm, well-nourished state. That's where fruit comes in. Fruits like ume, kiwi, banana, and apple provide gentle sugars, fiber, and key minerals like magnesium and potassium. These nutrients support deep sleep, relax muscles, and regulate blood sugar levels through the night. This creates the ideal condition for your body to repair itself. Eating fruit in the morning is not harmful, but it often comes with coffee, bread, and stress. The body is in motion, digesting quickly, and using energy for movement. At night, however, digestion slows, and nutrients are more likely to be used for rebuilding rather than burning. There is also the matter of peace. When you sit down at night with a slice of pear or a small yume, you are not just feeding the body. You are signaling to yourself, the day is done. Now it's time to rest. This calmness supports your nervous system and helps reduce inflammation, another enemy of aging muscles. I once asked a young doctor in Tokyo, "What's the best supplement for elders?" He smiled and said, "A quiet evening, a walk after dinner, and a little fruit before sleep." So tonight, consider shifting your habit. Instead of eating fruit in a rush during the day, save it for the hour when your body is preparing to heal. Let it be your last act of nourishment, a small kindness to yourself. How I prepare my healing fruit plate. Each night, after dinner, the house becomes quiet. I wash the dishes by hand, slowly, without rush. The steam rises gently from the sink, and the sound of running water becomes its own kind of music. Then, I dry my hands, light a small candle by the window, and begin preparing what I call my healing fruit plate. It is a ritual as steady as the sunset. On a small ceramic tray, I place a single yume, carefully rinsed to soften the salt. I cut a few slices of Fuji apple, thin and even, so they curl slightly at the edge. Sometimes I add half a banana, especially if my legs have felt tight during the day. If I feel I need rest more than strength, I include 2 slices of kiwi, their green brightness like little moons against the plate. And if I've had a heavy dinner, I'll add a wedge of nashi, the Japanese pear, crisp and cleansing. I never eat them all. I choose 2 or 3, depending on how my body feels. That is the secret, not just what you eat, but how you listen to yourself before choosing. In Japan, we believe in shokuiku, the education of eating. It's not just about nutrition, but about awareness, gratitude, and balance. A meal, even a tiny one, should nourish more than the body. It should calm the heart. Before I eat, I sit by the window and look at the darkening sky. I breathe slowly. Sometimes I say nothing. Sometimes I whisper, "Itadakimasu," giving thanks for the food, the day, and the quiet. Then I eat, slowly, one piece at a time. There is no television, no phone. Only the taste, the texture, and the quiet return to myself. This moment, I believe, is what allows the fruit to work as medicine, not because it changes the body quickly, but because it aligns the body and mind in healing. A doctor once told me that digestion is 50% physical, 50% emotional. When we eat in stress, even healthy food becomes heavy. But when we eat in peace, the body opens up. It receives. It heals. That is why this plate matters. It is not just a habit. It is a way of loving yourself gently at the end of the day. You don't need a Japanese tray or room or even these exact fruits. You can prepare your own healing plate with what's available near you. Maybe it's a slice of apple and a spoonful of yogurt. Maybe a plum and warm chamomile tea. Whatever it is, make it simple. Make it small. Make it yours. Mistakes older adults in America often make when eating fruit at night. Whenever I visit my daughter in California, I notice something about how many elders eat at night. The fridge opens. Out comes a large bowl of grapes, or a big banana, maybe dipped in peanut butter. Sometimes it's a smoothie, cold, sweet, fast. I admire the effort, truly. Choosing fruit over processed snacks is a good decision, but I also see 3 quiet mistakes, ones that turn a healthy habit into a burden, especially for those over 60. Let me explain them gently and what you can do instead. Mistake number 1, eating too much fruit too late. Fruit is natural, yes, but it still contains sugar, and timing matters. Many people eat fruit as a dessert right before bed. They lie down minutes later, stomach full and unsettled. The result? Poor sleep, acid reflux, and elevated blood sugar levels that prevent proper nighttime repair. In Japan, we eat our fruit at least 1 hour before sleep, in small portions. Think of it as a soft landing for the body. Just a few slices, enough to comfort, not to weigh down. When you eat less, your body can use it more efficiently. So instead of a large fruit salad at 10 p.m., try 2 thin slices of apple at 8:30 after your walk with a cup of warm tea. See how your body responds. Mistake number 2, choosing high-sugar fruits without balance. Some fruits, like grapes, pineapple, or ripe bananas, are very high in natural sugar. They are not harmful on their own, but if eaten without fiber, protein, or fat, they cause a sharp rise in blood sugar. At night, this leads to unstable energy and may disrupt deep sleep or even contribute to muscle breakdown over time. I once met a man who ate 2 large bananas every night. He thought he was being healthy, but he also complained of waking up tired and stiff. I suggested he cut it down to half a banana, with a few slices of pear, and within weeks he felt better. Balance is the key. If you enjoy sweeter fruits, pair them with something grounding. A spoonful of plain yogurt, a sprinkle of nuts, or a small piece of cheese. This slows digestion and keeps your system stable. Mistake number 3, eating fruit with heavy or processed foods. This is a habit I've seen more and more. Fruit served with ice cream, whipped cream, or sugary granola. Or worse, fruit eaten with processed snacks, like cookies or cereal. These combinations may taste comforting, but they stress your digestion and reduce the fruit's natural benefit. At night, your stomach needs peace. It should not have to fight to break down fat, sugar, and artificial additives. If you want your fruit to help your muscles and sleep, keep it simple and clean. In Japan, we follow a saying, the simpler the food, the deeper the healing. If you remember just 3 things from this part, let them be this. 1. Eat fruit early in the evening, not right before bed. 2. Choose fruits that are lower in sugar and rich in fiber or calming minerals. 3. Keep your plate clean. No heavy sauces or sugary add-ons. These gentle shifts can make a big difference over time, not just in how you sleep, but in how you wake, in how you move, in how you feel. As I sit in my garden now, the evening breeze moves through the trees, and the scent of plum blossoms still lingers in the air. I have lived through many seasons, some joyful, some full of loss. But what I have learned is this: aging is not a problem to solve. It is a rhythm to honor. And the small things we do, how we eat, how we rest, how we speak to our bodies, those things shape the strength we carry into tomorrow. The simple habit of eating one healing fruit before bed has kept my legs steady, my sleep deep, and my heart peaceful. Not because the fruit is magic, but because the ritual is filled with care. You may be thousands of miles away, but I hope something I've shared tonight has reached you. So tell me, what fruit will you begin with tonight? I would love to hear your answer in the comments below. And if this brought you comfort or insight, please subscribe so we can keep walking this gentle path together. From my quiet corner in Kyoto, I send you warmth and the reminder that it's never too late to care for yourself. Good night.